Okay, so hello everybody, and welcome to the Downfast Podcast, episode 9, live here on YouTube at approximately 6:30 every Friday. Actually, this is the Downfast, what was I talking about? The best podcast on YouTube, and today we're talking about that Stagecoach has lost its claim for franchise compensation. ScotRail has warned there's no guarantee over social distancing. Green light for revived West Midlands passenger service, and that the funding for transportation during COVID-19 had reached £7 billion. So I'm here with Liam and Alfie again, normal, no
Hello.
guests.
Hello.
Um,
Hello.
yeah. So at start off, we get to talk. We just want to discuss our plans for when rail travel is allowed to return to normal and we're allowed to do leisure travel again. So essentially, as you know, because the risk level has now been reduced from 4 to 3, it is becoming likely that leisure travel will be allowed, not in the maybe in the near future, or definitely in the next few months.
4th of July, I'm gonna say. That's when I think it's gonna be allowed.
But yeah, and obviously face masks are still compulsory at the minute. Um, yeah. But yeah, so
Yeah.
Liam, is there any plans for what we want to do after lockdown? And yeah,
Stuff.
We want to
Yeah.
go to York, don't we, at some point?
yeah.
Your sidings. Linslade for a whole day.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
warm. I want to do some stuff personally, just some like challenges,
Mm.
railway stuff. Whether you two want to join or not, I don't
Yeah, yeah.
mind.
We
Um,
definitely want to try and get some more cab ride videos in the bag because
yes,
we
Yeah.
like
really popular.
we like making them fun to edit.
Yeah. If you haven't seen them already, just search up Chiltern Trainspotters cab ride and they'll come up. They're some of like the most viewed videos, so you'll see them. We've got some more equipment for that now, so if we do come to record them again, then um, yeah, yeah,
It'll be
Yeah,
good. It'll be very good.
yeah. Alfie, is there anything you want to do after lockdown?
Yeah, York is definitely a up there on what I want to do. I'd like to just to go to like a lot more places that I haven't been already, like West Coast Main Line. So I'd like to go up to
yeah.
like maybe, Crewe or something.
I
Um,
want to go Crewe again. Crewe was good.
Mm,
Yeah, I maybe want to go to Scotland again. Scotland's like, yeah, like Edinburgh,
yeah,
Carole.
Yeah,
Carol. Yeah.
yeah. Crewe for the day trip.
Mm, okay.
I think that's impossible,
Yeah.
technically.
But we do have to work it out. Might be quite expensive, and
Yeah,
yeah,
like
Yeah.
the sleep is something like quite nice to do, but like it is rather pricey.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to our first topic now, which is that Stagecoach has lost a claim for franchise compensation in court. So, Stagecoach has lost its battle for compensation against the Department for Transport after its bid for 3 franchises were ruled non-compliant in April 2019 because they attempted to reduce pension risks, and the High Court has rejected. Hello, Trainingspot UK has rejected the group's claims against the DFT. Stagecoach says we believe that there were important. They believe that we believe that there were important issues which needed to be determined by the court to help secure the future of the country's rail system, and our view remains that we were right not to accept the risk in these contracts. Nevertheless, we are disappointed at today's ruling. We will accept the decision and move on. Okay, so essentially, Stagecoach were the people who owned Southwest Trains and a part in Virgin Trains West Coast, Virgin Trains East Coast, um,
And East Midlands
and
trains.
East Midlands Trains. Obviously, they have completely disappeared from the UK railway now. So, did any of you have any experience with travelling on Southwest trains or stage companies? Were they a good train operating company, do you think, or train operating
Yeah.
parent
Um,
of the company? Yeah.
I went on a 159 to what was it? I don't know, somewhere with some person who
Mm. Yeah.
state the name of because of
Oh yeah.
reasons. Yeah, it was an alright. It wasn't the best trip. It was It's quite a hot day. There was the place that we went to. There was nothing. It was a really stupid choice of going. There was nothing there apart
Yeah.
from just 158s, 159s, and the odd
Oh,
50,
Yeah.
like as in three. We weren't allowed video on the station, so no point going there. We're only allowed to take photos, so I only got photos. Yeah, it's very annoying, really. It's just like, it's not the Stagecoach ones, is it? But it's like,
No.
yeah, I also went on a HST up to, and that was a very good experience. Mainly because I was by myself, and yeah, the HSTs are just brilliant. Like, you can't go wrong with HST.
Yeah, the VP185s especially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
Meridians, though, the Meridians aren't the best.
they're better than the Voyagers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the zeros aren't the best either, are they?
Mm.
Like 444s,
Personally, I've been on
350s.
Virgin many times. They were all right with their
Yeah.
291s and 390s, but I think they did need a refurbishment, and I think Avanti have brought that on.
I only went on Virgin twice. I only went on a Pendolino and a 221. I don't really remember the Pendolino, but the 221 was when I went to the LSL crew change, and
Yeah.
that was an alright trip. But
That
yeah,
was a year
it-
ago this month.
yeah,
I went to Birmingham with that person that should not be named,
Mm.
and the trouble is, on that day, I didn't get a very good experience because Virgin was very, very delayed and very late. So from the two experiences I had with Virgin, they weren't very good. So
Yeah.
I never went on Southwest trains. I did go on Southwestern.
Did you go on
I
East
have been on
Midlands?
Southwestern. No, I still haven't been on EMR or EM2 yet.
I mean, for me, I've been on Southwest before because I used to go to Bournemouth and that area quite a lot.
personally, in my opinion, if you're getting on a 444 from like Waterloo to Weymouth, that is a ridiculous amount of time spent at the zero.
Mhm.
I like the zeros.
And if you're going from like Euston to Liverpool, Liverpool Lime Street on a zero, that's
Yeah.
mental.
Let's face it, who actually gets on a London North Western stopper 352
Mm.
Euston to Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
the
but like,
zeros are nice if you're going like 20 minutes, but if you're going like if you're going like up to an hour, that's okay. But if you're going any more than an hour, I'd say that's just like, not
especially
the
with the
best.
450s, they're not really designed to be like long distance because especially they're 3+2
Yeah.
seating. Like, I don't think they're designed to be long distance trains. They're more designed to be, yeah. But like with other Stagecoach trains like the 390s, HSGs, they're obviously designed to be long distance trains and not use like the zeros and the 444s are.
I don't mind the 444s. I like the 444s.
Yeah, they're not bad trains, but like I don't think they're fit for what they do.
Yeah,
They're better than
like
350s
Yeah.
because they got single doors at the end, which is.
I was on a
Yeah.
444 once at Bournemouth, and the door, like partially open, it got stuck like halfway open. And so we had to walk the other end of the carriage to get out, and then it wouldn't shut. So they had to like take the whole train out of service, physically shut the door, like, and lock it out of use. And like I think they do seem to be quite unreliable, because especially with SWR at the minute and how, you know, they're not the best trade operator company. They don't seem to be taking much care of them. And like,
that is very true.
yeah, like I don't think they're very reliable units, and like, yeah, and that some of them, some of the like 450 routes are being replaced by the 7 whatever they're getting,
701.
701s, yeah. I don't know how that will go, but like, yeah.
I think it's an upgrade because Aviva.
Yeah, the 701s, there's definitely room for improvement. They're like, I just, as I've said before
Yeah.
on these streams, I really don't like Aventras, and that's part of the Aventra family.
Yeah,
And
like,
they're just really overrated trains that everyone's buying. They're like, oh, I want some of that. Yeah, it's just like they're poorly built, and yeah.
Like if you compare the 701 to a 745 or a 755 reading the 720s, which is part of the same family. 745s aren't, 755s aren't, but 720s are. Greater Anglia have done a much better job of.
But no one's actually seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me the 720s are actually cool, but like
yeah,
anything else. No.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
Apparently,
yeah, South Western Railway just they don't want to spend the money. They just want to get cram
Like,
many passengers onto their trains. And GA actually care about their passengers and want to listen to them. And yeah,
yeah, the way
um,
that their their plain livery is because they couldn't afford to put the stripes on the 158s and other trains like that.
exactly. Yeah, Liam, what were you gonna say?
to be honest, with the 701s replacing 450s, I think we're train spotters. We care about what train we get. Commuters don't care. They only want to do is they get from A to B.
Well, they do care, but
So
like not in the same way.
yeah,
Not in the same way, I
I
think.
mean,
yeah, yeah.
they just want a
But
fast, comfortable train with
Yeah,
air conditioning.
not 3+2 seating
yeah,
like the 450s or on
yeah. I think
165s or yeah.
commuters will prefer it because it's 2+2 instead of
And I think they have much more high capacity
3+2.
because there's much more standing space and like especially on what Greater
Yeah,
Anglia have away from SWT for a minute, but and 345s for example for Crossrail they have loads of standing space compared to what 315s had before.
Yeah.
exactly,
Like, just Peps in general, just horrible trains to be around. Like,
Especially
I
for
just,
exactly.
commuters, like maybe not as much for like train
yeah,
enthusiasts, but for commuters, like
Yeah,
the
I hate
horror
them.
of getting like an old, rusty, cramped train into London every day from
it
Shenfield
smells
or like somewhere
bad.
like that. Yeah.
Like, but from my personal experiences, I really dislike.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it's just not the best train to be around, really.
No.
The
Sounds
best,
are nice though.
yeah, the best pep is a 317, and I
Yeah,
think
three
that's
one.
about it.
317, 315s, and then 313s at the bottom, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
313 for Great Northern seat. Them seats are comfy.
Mm, but like they're gone now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So
yeah. Okay. So if we move on to let me get it. Let me just get it up. Our next topic now, which is that COVID-19 transport funding in the UK has reached a total of £7 billion. So the Department of Transport has drawn £7 billion from the government's contingency fund, partly to support train operator companies through the COVID-19 crisis. The Transport Secretary Grant Shapps said the money will pay for emergency measures arrangements on the rail. Hello, EM176. Emergency measures arrangements on the railways, which are known to have cost 3.5 billion so far. Funding has also been needed for trams, like rail and buses, as well as the whole TfL system, which will be able to draw up 1.9 billion by October if necessary. Other amounts being paid for ferry routes and road maintenance. So obviously, £7 million is a lot of money. To start with, do we think it's worth it? Do we think that they should be spending this much money on the railways, or do you think they should be spending it on other things?
I mean, you should invest as much money as you can in the railways. The railways is a brilliant
yes,
business, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's just like, if you're not prepared to invest in the railways, you're just like, you're not prepared to have a decent railway for all the paying the travelling public. Like,
Mm. Yeah.
yeah.
Liam, what do you think?
um, yeah, I think I agree with what Alfie said because the railways are the bloodline of the UK.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Do you think
It,
they urgently need funding to keep them going, or do we think that we just need to?
well, I'd say it's not urgent funding, but I'd say it's like, it could do with some investment, couldn't it? Like track trains,
Mm.
um,
1973 stop on
staff.
Heathrow services. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Say if you don't invest in the railways, and then you've got freight services that've got like but really bumpy track, like they're gonna come off the rails basically. They're like,
Mm.
you think of them, they're basically just rectangles going like 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
especially if you've got a shed, there's like lots of rectangles going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they can do though. Even if it is a box of rectangles,
Chocolate.
Yeah,
if it is a if it's essentially a Toblerone on a that's not the wrong
Yeah.
shape, but like yeah,
Not
on
really the wrong thing.
yeah, but whatever. It's kind of yeah,
That's
whatever.
the Avanti train. That's the new Avanti train.
Yeah. So on a bit of track, and it's amazing what they can do. And like, I guess without trains, like Network Rail only invest in Bud layer. Okay,
Lovely.
in 176. I forgot what we're talking about now.
We're just talking about like if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like
If railways weren't there, then I don't think Britain
control,
would have the heritage that it has already, because obviously the trains make up the backbone of our country. They
like
carry.
we invented train,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah, and if we just let it go to, because if you think about where we are compared to Japan, the closest thing to a bullet train we've got is like an 800, which is
no,
quite sad,
three nine
really.
five, 395, I think.
Oh yeah, 39. But like the when Hitachi were making the 800s, they were like, this is Britain's new bullet train. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you just compare us to like us to Japan, like, or China in the railway like industry,
Mm,
we're so behind in like every country of the world. I think
yeah.
even Africa has got 373s now, like knockoff.
Yeah.
They're still like
Yeah.
high.
Privatisation ruined the railway, and the railway is a greedy cash cow for greedy private operators of these passengers in 176. I think
Yeah,
that's true of some operators, not all. Chiltern.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, like
Yeah.
in
Some
Kenya, for
private companies
example,
really work.
someone I know um went to Kenya, and they've got bullet train, well, not bullet trains, but high speed trains now. And imagine how much of a less of a country Kenya is.
yeah.
Um, than
Like
Yeah.
us, like the amount of poverty rates and stuff.
how rich we are as a country. You'd think we
Exactly, in
would put money
176.
into the railway,
Mm,
like because we're one of the we're not one of we're quite a rich country compared to some of
mm,
the lesser countries.
yeah,
But like
Yeah.
we just like we're slacking, aren't we, babe?
yeah,
We need to
exactly,
just sort of take a finger out our ass and just get to it,
exactly,
really.
yeah,
Because of
Exactly.
COVID right now, like yeah, because of COVID, no one's like working, but like builders are key workers. You could get builders doing like essential maintenance to
yeah.
like the platforms and the tracks, but you're not really, are you?
Mm.
Yeah.
And like there are some examples of different train operating companies. Like the railways, they're not all the same. I think it'd be better if we privatise the network, not privatise, nationalise the network again, because then it'll all be owned over one brand, and then all the UK railway network will be the same. Um, Like,
Yeah,
for
I
example,
reckon
like, I don't know, compare
Chester could be.
London Marylebone. Oh, no, that's not good as compare Paddington to, uh,
Benchurch Street. No.
no, it's like, compare Manchester Piccadilly to, uh, Aberdeen, for example. That wasn't a very good, like, comparison. But, like,
Yeah,
uh,
that's very true, Emma.
after COVID,
After
a lot
COVID,
of
what's happened
passengers
to
won't come back. Yeah, I think until there's a vaccine, there'll be a lot less passengers actually travelling.
I mean,
But
in school terms, I've been told that we might not be going back till after September now,
yeah.
Mm,
November, December. Like it's
yeah,
just mental.
yeah,
It's like it's crazy, isn't it?
yeah. But
Yeah.
like, take okay, take Blackpool and Aberdeen. They're places with essentially the same population. Um, Blackpool's rail system is a lot more up to date,
Advanced.
Connected.
not than
Connected.
Aberdeen, because Aberdeen's at the top of Scotland, which is like, and it used to be a massive industrial hub, and like, but now because all the oil has gone and all like declined, it's not like that. And but Blackpool's got electrification, but nowhere in Scotland, literally probably 10% of Scottish railways have electrification compared to the UK. It's all to do with ripple season tickets, and now people can work from home. Yeah, yeah, 176. Yeah, I agree. But like, it shows what a difference there is just between England and Scotland and Wales. Like the differences between the infrastructure and type of railways is a bit like
Yeah.
not fair, if that makes sense. Like I think each like railway and train operating companies should get the same treatment, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
compare like I've been to Aberdeen, it's really nice. Like
Yeah.
city.
Like, of
Town,
course, there are some dodgy
everything.
There are some dodgy bits,
Yeah.
but like that's the same with
Like
every city.
Every city has
as soon
dodgy
as you
bits.
get off the train and you go into like the actual city, is it city?
Yeah, it's a
Or is it
city.
town?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go into the city centre, you like it's really nice because I had to spend like a whole day there before
Yeah,
I went
same.
back on
I
the
stayed
to
overnight there.
Edinburgh.
Went down to the
Yeah,
seafront.
yeah, it was really nice because it was actually sunny and
Yeah,
relatively
same.
warm for Scotland that day.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, it was a nice day, but then there's not a lot to do there, is there? Really, if you compare it to
No,
like
compare it to Blackpool,
Edinburgh
and they're
itself.
both on the coast. Aberdeen in the Granite City. Yeah, 176 said. Compare it to Blackpool, they're essentially the same thing. Not the same thing, but like there's so many more attractions in Blackpool than there are in
You've
Aberdeen or
got the pleasure
Inverness or
beach.
Wick or
You've
something
got
like
the
Wick's a bit
pleasure
like
beach.
further, but like yeah.
Yeah, you've got the pleasure beach there. I can't
Mhm.
say that.
Yeah.
Like,
In
and you've
Aberdeen, all
got
you've
the
got is a
tower.
seafront with a stony beach and a few cafes. And like
Yeah,
when I went, we ate in a
I
cafe. It's very
mean,
nice, but like a lot of Aberdeen is quite, I wouldn't say deprived, but lots of the buildings are run down because of like the industrial kind of like
EM
yeah,
176 fell over the step going into the Weatherspoons in Aberdeen.
nice. No, but like
Um.
they yeah, like Aberdeen. I'm not saying Aberdeen's run down, but like a lot of the buildings there are a bit run
They're
down because
they they're backdated, I'd say. They're
yeah,
like
because
Yeah.
Aberdeen used to
Yeah.
be a thriving city where all the oil people used to go, but now because all the oil has gone, like
backdated.
everyone's moved to London, the big cities, Edinburgh, Cardiff, London, Birmingham, Manchester.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's all gone, and now it's parts are essentially a ghost town, which yeah,
yeah.
With the COVID thing, with a lot of people not coming back, the only thing is we've just not got to be scared. The flu comes back every year. Doesn't mean that we're all not going to travel.
yeah,
It's
Well,
normal.
if you think about it, like, because we've come like so far into the year, it might just be a like carry on for ages now until there's like a proper vaccine that kills
Like the
every
flu.
single.
yeah. But the
Yeah, it kills
flu,
all the
yeah,
virus.
yeah,
The flu
Like,
still kills hundreds of thousands.
yeah,
But
because
we're
if you
not
think,
scared. We still go about our normal life.
yeah, just because someone ate a bat, the whole world has basically gone into lockdown. It's just like crazy, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
mm,
I don't know how to put it, but it's just mental.
yeah,
Like in March, like a week before we went into lockdown, everything was literally normal.
Yeah,
Me and Alfie went out to London. Yeah, it was all normal.
yeah.
And then literally a week
Then it goes
later.
into lockdown.
Exactly.
E176 says
Exactly.
Aberdeen had lost a lot of railways in the 60s. Yeah, I think it could have been a lot better if they kept the railways, especially with lots of other places, the Isle of Wight, things like that. Yeah, we have a vaccine for E176, but we're just comparing it
Yeah.
to coronavirus. Like, we'll need a vaccine for that. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to move on to our next topic now, and that is ScotRail has warned over that there is no guarantee over social distancing. So ScotRail has warned that social distancing for its passengers could not be guaranteed at all stages of the journey. It's the first time that a train operating company has admitted that the government's 2 metre social distancing rule will not be achievable as rail passenger numbers rise. Um, Meanwhile, yeah, ScotRail's capacity has been significantly reduced health distancing. For example, an 8-car 385 train now is space for just 80 people, compared to the usual capacity of over 500. Um,
Whoa.
yeah. So, um, obviously, I think what ScotRail was saying is actually completely reasonable because if you're going to communicate with staff and especially when getting on and off the trains, there is a much less chance that you're going to be able to social distance, especially if it's busy or
yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah. But
Especially if you're going up a lift, like if you think of it like that,
mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's just not going to be ideal, is it?
and like they can't really control how many people are wearing the masks. Like obviously masks are compulsory. ScotRail at least said honestly, and 176 said yeah, like they can't control how many like the masks and they're compulsory. What if someone decides not to wear the mask or like there's a much
Then they're
greater
stupid.
yeah.
What if you don't have access to a mask? That's just like
Yeah,
it's
and
not
there are
really
some
fair.
When they
exceptions as well.
like children under 11, people with disabilities, William.
People with like people with like breathing difficulties like asthma.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
But
that was
when they say wear a face mask, it doesn't. You could just tie a t-shirt or a sock around your
mm,
mouth and you'll be fine.
it's a bit
Because
disgusting.
that's
yeah.
easy to do. It's a bit disgusting. A clean one,
Yeah.
obviously. I wouldn't put a dirty sock around my gob. No, thank you.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think ScotRail's been good to come out and say, oh, it probably not possible. Um
Yeah.
yeah. So ScotRail's company
Like
you go.
yeah, like I totally get it how like if like they're providing the service, so you should provide the mask. But like if you don't have any access at all to a mask, they should have like some reserve masks
Or just be
somewhere.
giving them out in general.
Yeah. Because if you've just got
Some
a mask, you don't need
stations.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stations are doing vending machines for them.
It's
That's
pretty
a good
cool.
idea. Yeah, that is a very
I know
good idea.
Southern have done that at Horsham.
Mm,
Yeah.
exactly. So ScotRail's operations director David Simpson said that for those who do travel, Scotland Railway cannot guarantee physical distancing at all stages of the journey because we only have a limited amount of capacity. That's why following our 5 rules for travel is vital, particularly on face coverings. We need everyone to take partial responsibility for their travel choices. And I agree with him a lot. I think that it is kind of everyone's I think that is kind of everyone's like
Responsibility.
responsibility to ensure that they give everyone
Yeah.
else and themselves a yeah a safe journey. And I think if he wouldn't do that, then it's just going to spread the virus more. And yeah,
Yeah, it's just going to be a big inconvenience to like everyone basically. Because you're going to have a second wave of the virus.
yeah. So I just think
Because that's what Beijing's got. Because they opened up
Yeah.
stuff too early.
well they think they've got it, they don't know, but like I think they probably do. But yeah, they don't want to
Yeah,
reveal
just
that.
like you should just do it like keep it slow. Do you get what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just don't rush.
Mm.
Just play it sort of
Just go by car,
don't play it
safer and probably
slowly.
cheaper. EN176 said. Yeah.
What's that?
EN176 said just go by car, safer and probably
Yeah.
cheaper
What if you don't
Yeah.
drive?
than walk.
What if
Well,
it's
you
2
can't
hours
really
away?
walk
Get a bus.
you can't really buses aren't that safe to be honest. You can't really walk from say London
Aberdeen
to
to
Manchester.
London.
But I need to travel from Aberdeen to London. Be perfectly
Essential
reasonable.
travel.
V-
Alright then. London to Shrewsbury.
That was,
How about
okay, just say I don't know,
Yeah,
say you need to
I
go
win.
pick up a car or something. If you're buying a new car,
Yeah.
um,
You can't
that
walk to
you
like.
can't walk Shrewsbury, but you could drive. Like
Well, what if you're picking up a new car from Shrewsbury? You're going to drive up there.
yeah, forget
You're not going to
how to
cycle to
drive.
Shrewsbury. Cycle
Cycle
to
in
Shrewsbury? No,
176
thank you.
said.
What if you have a bike?
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Um,
I just
what if you're? Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
hmm.
and you
Hmm.
gonna say something?
What's that?
Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say like just take everything by scientists
And not
scientific
Boris.
advice
Yeah.
and just don't rush everything because that's what I'm getting from the government right now. They're trying to reopen everything as fast as they can when you just shouldn't be. You should just be like taking it slow.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Why'd you pick up a
Yeah.
car, have it delivered? EN176 said.
Cheaper.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, is there anything else on this thing?
Second-hand car. What about
The percentage of trains running will rise from 47 to 60% from next week. Mr. ScotRail said, whatever his name is.
that? I haven't got that yet. I haven't loaded that up.
It'll rise.
Yeah, so the percentage of trains running will rise from 47 to 60%. Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think like that can
Like, so they're putting more services.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
brilliant thing, isn't it?
Mm,
Because
yeah,
you've got more people going back to work, so that means you'll have more demand for public transport. So therefore, you need to acknowledge that demand and then just put on more services to
exactly.
tackle it.
yeah. I guess
As
that
well
what
as
you
more
think about?
services. More services means more capacity, which means a higher social distancing.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
so next topic. So the green light has been given for revived West Midlands trains passenger service. So passenger trains are set to return to the line between Walsall. My car is 12 years old and still going strong in 176.
How lovely.
Passengers are set to return to the line between Walsall and Wolverhampton, having been withdrawn 12 years ago. Since then, it's only been used for freight. West Midlands Railway executive said it had the read timetable with Network Rail, with trains was calling it Wilhorn Dalston, which not seen passenger trains since 1965. There will be an hourly service between Walsall and Wolverhampton, plus a separate hourly service between Birmingham New Street and Wolverhampton via Tame Bridge, Darlaston and
Hang on.
Willhall. What?
Isn't there already a service between Wolverhampton and Walsall via Aston Duddeston? There's already one, I swear.
I don't know.
There is.
Might be. WMR said train journey to New Street will take 15 minutes less than by car, while passengers who transfer to rail will save 54 minutes on their journey to central Birmingham. Um, yeah. Do we think, obviously, it's good that lines have, like, obviously, it's good that they're opening more lines.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, beginning new lines after, like, the Beachy cuts back in the 1960s. But do we think that obviously Birmingham, Wolverhampton, there's that new street, Moore Street, Snow Hill is quite a big area. Do you think that it's good that they're reopening it here, or do you think they should have reopened the lines in other places such as the Isle of Wight? Even though they do have plans to reopen the lines on the Isle of Wight. Do we think they could have done it in another place or what?
Yeah. What's your opinion?
Um,
What do you
Yeah.
say?
well, I think that they could have used it to open. I don't know. Give an example. Like so, the Wickham to Marlow, Wickham to Maidenhead joint line, Wickham to Bourne End joint line, for example, I think that that would be a good line to reopen because, well, obviously it probably wouldn't be possible today, just because of like their buildings in the way and there's stuff in the way. But back in the day, I think it's probably a very good line because Wickham and Bourne End is around where we're from, me and Alfie.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
Not
I'm
me.
from. Yeah, I'm from like Buckinghamshire. So
yeah,
like,
same. That's why we're the Chiltern Trainspotters, if you didn't realise.
yeah.
Um,
I'm not that. I'm
Wickham
between
and
London
Bourne
and
End
Kent,
are
literally.
actually two very oh, shut up, Liam. Are very two
Thanks.
no problem. Are very two useful stations. I used to go from one end a lot actually when I was younger to go on the Great Western Main Line, as A, it's very quiet, B, it gets an alright service, and it links to Maidenhead, which gets straight direct to Reading, and also in the peak direct train to Worcester, and there's one to Bristol, I think. And that might have changed now though. I think that'd be a good line to introduce. Alfie, do you have any? If the Bourne End High Wycombe line was not closed, Crossrail could have run to High Wycombe. Yeah, exactly. In 176. But yeah, Alfie, what do you think?
Um. Yeah, I think they should have just open up as many branch lines as they can because it's just like
Yeah.
it's like a no-brainer. It's like you can just get more money from it easier. You get one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you could see one line reopen, what do you think? Which one would you like to see reopened?
Um. Probably the Aylesbury Vale Parkway to Cambridge bit, like via the what's it?
Calvert,
No, they've
Verney
proposed a
Junction,
yeah.
No, it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, they're going to run Chiltern trains to Cambridge. Heard.
and Milton Keynes
Like,
and
Yeah.
Bletchley.
yeah,
Mm.
that would be very good to see.
Yeah,
And
because it means
also,
we
there
can
was
easily
there
get
was
to
once
places like that.
there's this video on YouTube of this this train driver who works for Chiltern. He put up in a 172. What was it? Sheffield Victoria on the
Mhm.
destination display. That was quite cool to see.
Yeah, 'cause if you didn't
Yeah.
know, the Chiltern line used to run to Sheffield Victoria via
Yeah.
the
What
routes we just
line is it?
mentioned.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
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 It's
Yeah.
good to see, wasn't it?
Liam, what do you think? And if you could see one line reopened, which one would it be?
Western London Green for obvious reasons.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna see if I can find that video.
Okay. Yeah.
Because yeah.
Do you think it's good that they're reopening lines, or do you think they should stop?
Yes and no. Because if you're gonna have failing train lines and then reopen more, why don't you upgrade the original ones, then make the new ones? Because more people are going to travel on better railway lines, like the Chiltern Main Line, for example. Oh, ha, ha,
E176
ha.
said, "Lol, that was me, Sheffield Victoria."
Oh
Alfie.
no. Oh, cool. Nice.
Um,
Night. Nightbot
but I can't remember
done.
what I was saying.
Yeah. The bot.
No, I can't remember what I was saying.
Okay.
Silly Nightbot.
Silly night, but ridiculous. Sorry, it hung out in 176. I need to change the settings so the moderation isn't as high. Stop spamming caps. Oh, I'm changing the caps limit then. I'll do that later. Right, yeah. Yeah, so especially with, well, this is a specific one for WMT. So Birmingham, other mentioned, is quite a big place. So I think it's useful that they're opening up more transport links in and around Birmingham, because Birmingham at the minute is very congested. So they've got New Street, Moore Street, Snow Hill, and all the stations around it, and they're all very congested stations. I think that a lot more capacity is needed in the Birmingham area, especially on Chiltern, as 3-car trains to Birmingham is not acceptable.
Two
Well,
cars.
I've seen lots of 2-car trains to Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and I
Yeah.
just think that's not acceptable. And yeah, Chiltern
Yeah.
is not acceptable. Yeah,
I don't
Well,
think Rumour's going to get the franchise.
no, I don't know, but yeah. Aylesbury to Milton Keynes, no direct service to Cambridge from Aylesbury, 176 said. So it'll be Aylesbury to Milton Keynes.
that's still a good route, isn't it? A good bit
Yeah,
of track to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that is going to be the end of the Children's Trainspotters Down Fast podcast episode 9, I think. Episode 9.
It's
Yeah.
obviously the best podcast on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, the best podcast on
Yes.
YouTube. Every Friday here at approximately 6:30 until some London Snow Hill services have booked 2-car. Yeah, I know there's a 1640 something London to Snow Hill. There's a stop at all the way, and that's a 168-3. But yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't you watch Down Fast podcast best podcast on YouTube today. So it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
So that's going to be the end, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.